Hey folks, good job. Very excited about the individual grant applications. Each of the four groups managed to come up with a good grant application that read well, that was solid, that it makes sense. Early reviews from the food bank were very positive as well. They're going to get back with me with some more detailed comments, suggestions, and perhaps criticism, and I'll share those with you when I get them. But good stuff. And a sense of accomplishment. As you make out your resumes and stuff this spring, be sure to remember at some point that you have worked on a grant application on behalf of the Food Bank of Corpus Christi. And then once we find out if you got funded, maybe you can add a successful grant application, or add the word successful to that line. But we're there. Good stuff. Super proud of you. Second half of the semester. Weeks 9 through infinity, or 9 through 16, individual grant. It's all about you getting your individual grant done. Now, there's going to be a fair amount of individuality because you're each going to be doing different kinds of projects. Some might be doing a traditional write-em-up project the way we did before. Some of us might be filling out a lot of forms. Some of us might find a little bit different or unusual kind of grant project as well. So, there's going to be a lot of individual communication with me, and I'm going to be checking up with you regularly and checking in with you regularly about this. So, but basically, what we're going to be doing in the next 8 weeks is you're going to be writing a grant. And once we figure out specifically, I think everybody should know what their project is now. A couple of people are still fine-tuning. But once we figure out your project and who your funder is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you create a timeline. These are the steps I'm going to do in this order to get my grant done and ready to submit by the end of the term. And then essentially I'm going to hold you to that timeline as well. So, but this week so far, what I need you to do by Tuesday is to write me just a really quick email description of the name of the agency you're working for, a description of the project, the dollar amount, and if your agency has a specific funding source in mind or not. If you don't, part of my job is to help you identify funding sources, but I need to know very specifically who you're writing for. I assume it's a 501c3 status. You need to ask that question. Is it a 501c3 organization? If it's not, then depending on what it is, we may need to go plan B, C, D, or X. And then the dollar amount, because until I know the nonprofit status of the agency and how much money you're looking for, I really can't help you find a funding source. But I have access to a lot of databases. I would be delighted to meet with you individually or even via conference call, via Skype or something like that if you want to do that as well. But my goal is for you to have that in and hopefully for us to be able to identify some funding sources by end of this week. So that's step one. After we know who our funding source is, we can do our homework. So that's what's up for this week. And again, well done on week 1. And as in any writing class, your reward for doing a good job getting that project in on time and doing well is another writing project. So the joy is in the work, or at least I like to think so. Thanks, and keep the word coming. Bye-bye.